The strike rank 6 goes by. Okay, now it is time for the two hand-to-hand weapons to come in. And so Jovan and Zort go right ahead.
All right. You can go ahead first, since you really wanted it dead. Before I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 13.
Okay, perfect. And so striking with the spear, correct?
Yeah, spear.
Okay, and
But
so
it's on fire, so I don't remember how the...
3d6. But first tell me where you hit.
That's the
Also,
abdomen. Yeah.
Abdomen.
Okay. Wow, you guys are getting pretty good with your...
Oh!
No, not too shabby. 14.
Yeah, that's actually quite good.
Plus nothing.
No, I just think it's
All right.
3d6 when it's on fire. Otherwise, it's 1 d10 plus 1.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. It's the blade sharp... fire blade replaces...
Okay, so it's a
the
replace.
Yeah.
Right.
So, in your case, this is actually quite savage. You have actually pierced into it and lit it on fire. So that's a good thing.
Fire seems to be the best way.
Yes, however, it is getting extremely large right now. Roll to hit.
The one he just hit?
It's the same thing. It's one creature now.
It's just growing still?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. That is a hit.
And tell me where.
It will hit... Oh, abdomen.
Oh, that's actually... Let's see how you do. You guys got pretty lucky on this thing, I think.
Let's see here. That's 7, 13, and 14, 16.
Oh, holy crap.
I can't argue with this. That's a heinous amount of damage. You just did this thing. I'm pretty sure that Zort just cut it in half. So, so you have stabbed it through, and the fact also that you have lit it on fire, if you just keep your blade there, you can actually keep it from regenerating.
Okay, yeah. I mean, as long as the spear is stuck in it, at least
Right.
we can keep it at the
that's
distance.
true too. Yes. So this is actually a pretty savage situation. You guys went in with a great deal of determination, and were able to actually to pin it against the wall, and he was able to chop into it, and you can keep the flame on it. If this is going to take a little while to finish this, okay.
Chop it again.
Scala. Do you want to maintain your sword strike, or do you want to do anything else?
I want to maintain it.
Okay,
I
go
want
ahead.
to see. I don't trust that thing.
That's a
It's
good
dead
idea.
when it's
Right.
dead.
Exactly. Fail?
Yes.
Okay. So
63.
I'm going to
That's
say
like
that
50.
Scavas, the only way to really make sense of this is that with all of these events, there was no way to go in with the broadsword without killing Zord.
Okay.
Seems like the only really, the only sensible interpretation of the situation, right? He's big. He's got a size of 7.
I didn't get
He's
around
really big.
him
Exactly
because
right. It's like, oh, geez. Okay, so the difficulty here is that now you have to orient with each other and, communicate a little bit with each other and decide what you're going to do. The door is where it is. Do you want to go and play with the door? And I need to follow up on my situation.
I think it's better that we try to kill this thing before we open the door, just in case we release anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm thinking about the axe that I threw. If maybe there's a possibility for me to pull it off the chest.
You must have more than one, right?
He has
more.
3 actually.
I have 3.
Yes,
But it's
But I
always good to
feel-
have.
I kind of like the idea.
I
of
understand
Urko.
completely that he wants to get his next back.
Well, yes, you can certainly get it back eventually. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I'm just gonna keep it pinned, and you're gonna keep hitting it.
Yeah.
I was
wanna
gonna
do
see,
that.
could probably chop this off.
Can you make some room for me? Thanks.
Oh, so, wait, did you also want to have a job at this? It's
At
something.
least try.
Gonna give Scout some space to try her broadsword on the big thing that's burning.
Okay, good enough.
6.
Oh, and you rolled a 6?
No,
Oh.
you have to add 6 before
No,
I
that's
can
okay.
get in
We don't need to worry about strike rank right now.
Okay,
I don't think anyone is opposing.
Right.
better.
Did you just roll a 0-1?
You?
You know she's competitive.
Okay, well, first of all,
This is a lot of critics.
this is an impaling and a critical. So just for fun, for impaling, which you did not quite do with your spear, but what you do for an impale is you take the full possible damage, which in your case is 9, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then you roll this d8 and add 1 as if for normal damage.
7.
Add it to the 9,
16.
16, and because it's a critical, it ignores armor.
Ooh!
So,
Where does it do we have to go?
oh, and yes, let's find out where this was. A leg, perhaps, who knows, but
Oh.
okay.
No leg.
Okay, well, indeed, you as you have pinned it against the wall with the spear, you have chopped
So it's
into its
pretty
side,
big.
and yes, oh yes,
I'm not
and
that
so
small, but I know.
right, but you are basically going to cut its leg apart, and then it will all come down in a heap, and for a while, everything is very confusing in this room, especially because the light is uncertain. So the real problem is that you have to keep the fire on it, and that also means not burning your friends.
Yeah.
And so it's a very difficult moment. I'm very interested in Urko's actions, especially at this time.
I don't know really. So it's down on the ground now.
Right, but I was thinking in terms of the door.
In terms of the door, I think I will leave it until we have this thing killed.
Okay, this is pretty much finished.
It's pretty much
Yeah.
finished.
It's going to take a little. The reason I'm delaying is just because in the game, time is going to have to go by to make sure that you have completely torched it.
Okay.
You do know none of you have been attacked by a spirit,
Yeah.
so that's good.
So probably
right.
Imjas
Well, we don't quite know. Well, we don't know really. It could
But
have
he's
gone very
still-
well or very badly, and so let's find out. Ooh, good job on that. Very good. Okay, so it's going to. What shall it do?
I could
Oh, it's going
actually
to
check
evict him.
on that situation.
You
couldn't
could.
I?
You could. Well, at the moment, not really, actually. The Detect Spirit will just tell you where it is. You could check a little bit. It may take a few minutes. Let's wait. Okay. You did retain the services of that spirit, though. So that's not fair. You should be allowed to do it. Okay.
I want to know.
So that's Detect Spirit, and that won't take very long at all. It's only a 1-point spell, so it's not going to add any to your regular strike rank. You are casting Detect Spirit, or rather, you are having the Spirit cast it for you. And so you will. There are 3 spirits that you are going to find out about.
Okay.
Number 1. How it got this way, I'm not going to quite describe. But at the moment, Imja's spirit is cast away from her body. The fetch spirit, which is her partner, her spirit partner, is actually inhabiting her body. And the demonic or chaos spirit is now outside. I'm going to give you a little extra information that there has been quite a struggle for Imja's body, and he actually was able to, at first she was dominating it and brought its power down, but then it got a good roll, was able to actually banish her, evict her from the combat, and go after her body and take it. But to take that, then it got into combat with the fetch, and the fetch kicked it out. So there has been a lot of drama going on the spirit plane. And so at the moment, though, that spirit is away from the Imja's body and is in spirit combat with the fetch. So it is Imja who is currently the free spirit, the one who is not in spirit combat. She had been cast away from it when her body was invaded. And so, therefore, her situation, I'm going to think about what she's going to do for you. I need to know
Can
what all
I
of your...
do
Yes.
something for her?
What will you do?
Can I assist her in any way?
Not really. No. You can perceive what's happening, but you cannot assist. Although it is, I can tell you this, that she is associated right now with Jovan's spirit or Jovan's presence because of their participation in the ritual together. So if anybody could help her, it's him. That you do know. So that's one thing. Actions? Anybody?
I just
Should
keep
we just
it pinned
ask-
down or
Right.
eventually like
Yes.
poke it again.
Should we just ask our friendly villagers to get a fire started?
Yes. What an excellent idea.
We could just put it on there and leave it for a while.
What will you do?
If this thing is dead, I go and grab my axe. If it's not dead, I...
You may have your axe. It is dead.
Thank you. And then I go and open the door.
Okay. This is going to take a little bit of effort,
Okay.
which is fine. Make a... what is your strength? You're not that strong, I think.
10.
Yeah. It's going to resist you. You need somebody very strong.
Okay.
The muscles from Brussels.
That's right.
I ask Sort for help to open the door.
Door?
Yes, please.
Certainly.
That's not a problem. There's no roll. He has a strength of 17. It has just a fixed amount. You can or you can't. You're under. He's over. So Zort tears open this door without too much trouble.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, this is where we are dealing with a completely different architecture. And you have not encountered this before. You may be relieved to know, even though you can't see it, you may be relieved to know that it does not have that utterly clean certain situation. It is not full of ancient magic, but it is cleaner than you might expect. And also, it was clearly not built by the same culture. It has a different logic and sense of correct appearance for all of the different corners, all of everything. And the best way to describe it is perhaps more remember it was more curved, right? It was more where there are where you would expect corners, there are curves. So to proceed in is a little bit unpleasantly like going down something's throat. Although not like flesh, but just in its proportions and appearance. And so there is an area in front of you which has a symbol. The symbol is a shocking thing to you. You're an educated character. I would like you to make an intelligence check
Thank you.
at the intelligence times 5 to understand this thing. It's a rune you are not familiar with, which is a very strange thing.
17.
Oh. So yes, and you have an 80, so that's fine. The rune to us would look like an 8. Otta on its side.
Okay.
Something I know.
Yes, you have seen this before, but
I've seen
Urko
that
has not
before.
seen that before. Urko also has the education to understand it a little bit at first sight, which is why you now have to make a power times 5 roll.
Ew.
Oh.
96.
Okay.
Oh.
Fumble.
Um,
Just that istället.
The concept of infinity is unfamiliar to Urkel. It is not a pleasant concept, and you have just had the magic of infinity blasted into your mind,
Okay.
which sounds very 1970s and cosmic, which is fantastic, right?
How you get the mad
We have to
super
decide-
characters.